That was one of the most confusing FC Bayern München games I have watched in years. Since the Flick days. The Flick days, we'd have some crazy games. Today, just an absolute horse show, absolute carnival. I don't know what I was watching. This was weird. 2 red cards, 11v9, chances on both ends, diving, everything. This game had a bunch of things. Basically, a Bayern disaster. This was a Bayern disaster. Not that it has title implications, not that my confidence in this team is destroyed going into future games. This was just a game where nothing really went right for us for the most part. We got an unlucky red card. We had a goal ruled out that shouldn't have been ruled out. Deflection goals, everything, man. It just looked like everything was going against us today for the most part. But I want to say good mentality for the team, even going down to 9 men versus 11. Staying composed, staying focused, and trying their best to still win. Not just survive, but win. By the way, guys, black guy, a little black guy, a little sun, a little sun, just a little sun. They tried to win with 2 men down. That's what I like about this team. There are things we'll complain about the performance today, but you have to give respect. We defended all right. You know, there's not much you can do when you're 2 men down. At 10 men down, we could do what we did against PSG and stay sound. When it's 9, even a team as good as us is going to struggle, and Leverkusen was doing well to expose us. They just didn't take their chances. But let's talk about the game. Let's get into it. 1-1, 2 red cards. Luis Diaz with the goal to equalize after the Garcia goal in the 6th minute for Leverkusen. By the way, that's just where the bad luck for us started today. The goal, Garcia scores in the 6th minute, deflection goal. I mean, sure, we could talk about, all right, what's Garcia doing getting in that much space to take that shot? But Ta was there. Ta was there to get the block in. Unfortunately for Ta and Ulreich, the deflection sent it right above Ule, and he can't do anything about it. 1-0, and yeah, we were down 1-0. Again, like always, even if we go down first, the team doesn't give up. I like that. Which is like something that was just, not to go back to Donkey Tuchel, but just again, when Donkey Tuchel was around here, man, like we would go down a goal and I genuinely had no hope to come back most times. Like even in the Bundesliga, it's just, I know in the Champions League we did that. We came back from 1-0 down against Real Madrid and Arsenal when he was here, but I don't know. I just like that under company ball now. We could go a goal down, and I'm very confident, like in the Flick days, that we will at least get a goal back. We will at least bring the game level and make it a competition. But yeah, we go down 1 goal. It was an all right half, a little bit of back and forth. The second half was where things really kicked off, where things went crazy. Yeah, we had some chances. I will say Donkey Jackson, Nicholas Jackson, man, that was a really bad performance from Nicholas Jackson. When you think he's finally using his brain and finally looking like a professional footballer, he does what he does today. He has 2 massive chances. I would say he had 1 massive chance and he had another decent opportunity. Both of them, one of them he puts wide, the other one he saves, he shoots right at the goalie, and then he goes in with a red card challenge. I absolutely believe is a red card. I saw some people complaining about it. Even the commentators for ESPN were saying might have been a little harsh. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. This was 1,000% a red card for Nicholas Jackson. Any tackle where your studs are up like that and you could break the person's foot in half, break his ankle. He easily could have done a Donnarumma to Musiala there. If he went in with more fire, if he went in with more power or speed, that could have been bad. So absolutely Nicholas Jackson deserved the sending off. I'm not complaining about that whatsoever. So going to the half, 1 man down. Second half was where things kick off. It was a good game. As much as it was a weird one to watch, if you care about the stats, there are the stats there. As much as it was a weird one to watch and things weren't going our way, it was entertaining. I mean, I definitely wasn't bored watching this game. I definitely wasn't bored. But we start the second half. We were the better team for the most of the second half. It's just once we lost another man down with the Luis Diaz situation, which we'll talk about right now, things just became a little too tough. Again, I liked that we just kept on trying to win the game, not just survive with 1-1. Although we were surviving for a 1-1 in the last 4 minutes, but before that, we were trying to win. with 2 men down. So respect to the team. But yeah, we were the better team in the second half, and we just didn't take our chances as well. Luis Diaz eventually gets a goal. Luis Diaz should have had 2 goals, really. He missed a chance before this one where we win the ball out of the back. Luis Diaz gets the ball from Elise. He beats the man. He cuts in. He has a free goal to shoot at, and he slips, and his planting foot hits the ball before he strikes, and the ball just goes to planet Neptune. You know what I mean? So he should have had 2 goals today, but he gets the goal eventually in the 69th minute. Again, we counter off of a mistake. From the Leverkusen backline, and Luis Diaz takes care of the business and scores. I believe it was assisted by Olise, so another assist to Olise's record. Yeah, another assist to Olise's record. And yeah, then this is where the madness comes in. Before that goal as well, we should have been up. Before that goal, this is I completely forgot the order of operations, like the order of events. Harry Kane comes on in the 61st minute. Instantly, Harry Kane presses Leverkusen goalie. Who was in goal today for Leverkusen? Blaswich. He presses Blaswich. He intercepts Blaswich's ball, and then Luis Diaz forces a mistake. I'm forgetting from which defender, and Harry Kane scores a tap in. His arm. This is what I don't understand about this call. This Harry Kane goal should have stand. He intercepts the ball, jumps up to intercept the ball, and his arm is planted to his body like this. The ref goes to the monitor after our celebrations. He goes, no, it's a handball, no goal, 1-0. I don't get that. Where is Harry Kane's arm supposed to go? Please explain that to me. This is a natural position, keeping your arms like this. It's not like Harry Kane went to go intercept the long ball like this, or 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 like this. He was like arms to his side, and it hits him. And they're calling handball for that. Where is his arm supposed to go? Or is he supposed to shove his arm up his fucking ass? Is he supposed to shove this whole entire arm up his ass for the ball to avoid hitting his arm? If it doesn't hit his arm, if his arm is like this, it hits his body. That was never a handball. That goal should have stood anyway. We should have been 1-0 up before the Luis Diaz official equalizer. Ridiculous, in my opinion. Absolutely ridiculous, guys. It's hot. I need to take some water. Really. I did not agree with that at all. But it didn't matter. Eventually, we get the equalizer, 1-1. And we're moving. We get a lot more chances, but Luis Diaz gets a red card here in the 84th minute. And for me, it's you could call just no foul. You could just say nope, no foul. This is absolutely not a yellow card for me. Obviously, Luis Diaz got the yellow card in the 74th minute. In the 84th minute, he gets a second yellow because Blaswich comes out to win the ball. Luis Diaz goes around him, and Blaswich actually clips his leg. There is definitive full-on contact between him and Luis Diaz. And sure, does Luis Diaz make a meal of it and go down? Yes. Every winger, every forward in football does that these days. Freaking Argentina got a penalty in the World Cup final from one of the most craziest blatant dives I've seen from Di Maria ever. And nobody even talks about that. But in this game with Bayern against Leverkusen, right? This is all of a sudden play acting. We need to give it a yellow. We can't just let it move on. Oh, we'll just say no foul. The ref was on this one. This was absolutely horrendous mistake. He makes a mistake with the handball call. He makes the right mistake with Jackson's red card. But with this second yellow sending off for Luis Diaz, he completely misses the mark. For me, I have seen penalties given for much less than that. In fact, against Leverkusen this week in the Champions League, Arsenal get a lucky penalty won by Madueke because Madueke's shoelace was touched by, I forget which Leverkusen defender or player. Noni Madueke's shoelace was touched, and he went down and they won a penalty. Today, Luis Diaz went around the goalie. There was clear contact between Blaswich and Luis Diaz's trailing leg. And yes, Luis Diaz makes a meal of it. Everyone fucking does it. But no, for us this time, it's a second yellow, it's a red card. Now we're 2 men down, 11v9. Ridiculous, in my opinion. Ridiculous. And it almost, salt was almost rubbed into the wounds here. Because Jonas Hoffman scores in the 93rd minute. And guess what? This 93rd minute goal, which is ruled out for offsides, 93rd minute goal, guess what? It was a shot going off target that deflected off top again and went into the top left-hand corner. So we almost got shafted double time in the ass. But thankfully for us, Jonas Hoffman's pubic hairs were offsides. So the goal was ruled out. Just crazy. Just crazy. Weird game. Really weird game. I like, after the red card, you could see from the momentum graph, we're still attacking. We try to create chances. We try to score. But, after we went 9 men down, there were some big chances, even with 10 men, even with 1 man down only. Leverkusen had 2 or 3 big chances. They did miss them. They probably should have won today if they were more clinical. But hey, that's the name of the game. This is the lineup. Let me just move my fat head out of the way like always. This was the lineup. Ul Goat. Shout out Zir, shout out Liam, Bayern View, Zir Talks FCB. Go sub to the channels, but I was in their FC Pro Club stream last night, and I was saying Ule Goat is going to get minutes, and they were roasting Ule Goat, saying he's a bum. Today, we don't win this game without Ulreich. For a guy who has not gotten minutes for Bayern since I think it was September 21st, 2024, beginning the first 2 months of the company era, company ball. He hasn't played a professional game since then. 500-something games. He comes in and has this performance. Top performance, man. It just shows you this guy's underrated. We've genuinely had one of the best backup goalies in the last of this century. He doesn't get the recognition, whatever, but I will always believe he's one of the best backup goalies the last 10, 15 years in Europe. Genuinely, to come back into the lineup like this and perform like that, top stuff from Ulreich, top stuff. And he got a standing ovation from the players and the crowd after when they were celebrating. Leimer, Ta, Upa, Stani, at times you're getting cut open. 1 man down, 2 men down. It is what it is. Kimmich and Pavlovich. Pavlo, I thought, was underwhelming today. I thought Kimmich was a lot better. He kind of carried the midfield. Again, we already talked about Donkey Jackson. 2 big chances missed. The red card challenge. Just a bad game for him. Luis Diaz gets the goal, but the red card. Luis Diaz was frustrating for me today as well. And Olise was definitely far from the level that he showed this week against Atalanta in the Champions League. And then Lenny G did not have he had a decent game sometimes in the build-up. He was doing really well on the right side. There was a time where he got shifted to the right side sometimes, and he was building up there with the fullback. I thought he did well there at times, but just an underwhelming game. And then our subs today, Leon, Harry, Kim, Tom, did their thing. Harry Kane came on and should have had a goal within 40 seconds, but not rightfully given away. So if I'm going to give my man of the match today for Bayern, it's absolutely Ulreich. Absolutely Sven Ule is getting the man of the match for me in today's game. He made 2 or 3 big saves. He made 2 or 3 big saves for us. And to come back again, to come back into the lineup after not playing a game for us, not playing a single minute of competitive football for us since September 21st or something, 2024. That's, sorry, 2025, not 2024. 2020. Oh, wait, no. Was it 2024? I don't even know, man. It's been a while since Sven played. So good on him. 1-1. It doesn't change the title implications. I think Dortmund won today, so they closed the point gap to 9. So it is what it is. 67 points. Only 1 loss, 4 draws, 21 wins. I think we could hit 90 points. We can hit 90 points this season. Can we hit 90 points this season? Okay, we have 8 games left. 8 times 3 is 24. Yeah, we could hit 90 points. We could hit 90 points if we win the rest of our games and we go clean and full with our victories. So it is what it is. 1-1 does not matter much. We'll probably play a B/A team in the Champions League this week. Obviously, Olise and Kimmich will not play because of their yellow card suspensions. Hopefully, Upa doesn't get a yellow card this week. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll be back here for the Atalanta post-match reaction on, I believe we play Wednesday. This week against Atalanta on the return leg in the Allianz Arena. So I'll be there for that post-match reaction. Tune in tomorrow for the MIA SAN MIA show on ZRF Talks FCB's channel, guys. This has been your boy Hokage Puya. I'll see you guys next one. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Should I? I feel like I wasn't that critical of today's game, but it was just a shit show. Like I don't feel like coming on here and bashing this player, bashing that player, wake up this, wake up that. Just a strange game overall. So it is what it is. Like and subscribe, you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. It's been your boy Hokage. I'll see you guys in the next videos. Peace.